we get a taste of Italy. We're going to make some calzones. These things are delicious. They're kind of like Hot Pockets, but fancier. We're going to start off, we've got our flour and our salt. We're going to mix that real well. We've taken our yeast and our sugar and put it into about 1/4 of a cup of our water and let that yeast bloom. So with that bloom, we're going to go ahead and add that in. And we're going to mix that up well. We've also put 2 tablespoons of olive oil into this mixture. Now we're going to add the rest of our water. Make sure you check the temperature on that water. You don't want to kill your yeast. We'll go on ahead and mix that with a dough hook into a nice smooth ball of dough. Put it out on our board, and we're going to knead that lightly. You don't want to over knead it because we don't want to make it too tough. Once you get it done, just go ahead and form it into a nice round ball. Now we've cleaned out our mixing bowl, and we're going to go ahead and put some olive oil in there. Just take a paper towel and coat the sides of the pan so that the dough doesn't stick to it. Now we're going to go ahead and set our ball of dough in there, and we're going to cover that with cling film, and we're going to let that sit for about an hour so it doubles in size. Now moving on to our fillings, here's the ingredients you're going to need for those. You can pretty much put anything you want in here. These are the ones that I'm using. I've chopped up my vegetables in that I plan on cooking, and I've got a saute pan on the stove that's nice and hot. I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil into that. We're going to start off with our onions and our red peppers first because they're going to take the longest to cook. And we want to sweat those down real well until the onions start picking up the color from the peppers. Now we can go ahead and add in our mushrooms and our red pepper flakes. Cook that down. Make sure the mushrooms pick up those juices and they'll shrink down a bit. Now once we do that, the last thing we want to add in is our garlic. And then we want to add some fresh chopped basil into this. And we're just going to stir that in real well. And then once we do, we're going to cover this pan and take it off the heat. Now our dough is risen twice its size. Now here's a decision you have to make. You can make 4 small ones or 2 large ones. The large ones will each serve 2 people. That's what I'm going to do today. Go ahead and divide our dough in half. We're going to put half on the side. We're going to take the other half. We're going to go ahead and roll this out into a round. Now you want to get this fairly thin. Once we get it out into a round, we're going to take our ingredients now. You want to put this on the front half of the dough, and you want to leave about 1 inch in front of it so that we can seal this when we're done. So first up, we're going to go ahead, we're going to put some slices of provolone cheese on here. Now it's important to note that everything you put in here has to be fully cooked. It's not going to cook while you're baking this. So next up is our salami. Now with the salami done, we're going to put some really nice prosciutto ham on here. And I've got about 2 or 3 very thin slices that we're going to put on. Once our prosciutto's on, it's time for our mozzarella. Now these are mozzarella pearls. You can buy them fresh in the way. And you just take them and bust them up. They're going to melt down, so it really doesn't matter what shape they are. It's just a lot easier to handle these rather than use big slices of mozzarella. Now, it's time for our mixture. Taking our cooked mixture, and we're going to go ahead and just spoon this on top of that mozzarella. With that done, we're going to put about 2 to 3 slices of turkey breast on here, luncheon meat. Now, as turkeys are a bird to come from North America, this wouldn't be authentic Italian. I just happen to like it. On top of that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our Asiago cheese on there. All right, take some water and run it around the edges of that so it'll seal real nice for us. And we're going to fold that over. Now if you have to stretch the dough a little bit, go ahead, it's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to press it down, try to get the air out of there. Alright, we got that pressed down nice. Now we're going to fold this edge over. And just roll it up, fold it over and pinch it down. Now with that done, we're going to take our knife, we're going to cut 3 small slits in the top of this just to let the steam escape from it and to make sure it doesn't burst open while it's cooking. Now we've got an egg mixed with about a tablespoon of water. We've mixed it up real well, and we're going to brush this whole thing. Now we're going to take some really good Reggiano Parmesan cheese and we're going to grate that over top of that. There you have it. Now we're going to sit this on some parchment paper and take it out to our Wood Pro grill. We've preheated that at 350 degrees with our pizza stone in the grill. And we've set the parchment and the calzones on it. The parchment will not burn, don't worry about it. 45 minutes later, we've got our beautiful calzones just cooked to a turn. I'm going to take these in and plate them up. We've got some good Chianti there. We've got some antipasto, a little bit of that Reggiano Parmesan with a slight drizzle of balsamic on it, and some cantaloupe wrapped in prosciutto. Enjoy.